What's up, guys? Welcome to Shay's World. I am your girl, Shay,
I am your boy Malik.
and we are back for Deal or No Deal Island Season 2. This is episode 3 recap, and it was a good episode. I mean, we weren't even 3 minutes into the episode, and Dr. Will was Dr. Willin, you know? I
uh,
mean, they go back from Temple. Who was sent home? Say not Seychel. Seychel wasn't sent home. Sydney was sent home, and they get back and they're sitting down for I guess like dinner or whatever, and people are talking, and Dr. Will just goes, "Can I say something?" And he was like, "I played these game shows, and Parvati, you played Survivor," and it was just like, what?
oh, you play
You played
Survivor? Really?
Survivor.
Oh,
Like,
I
what
didn't
the
know
hell?
that.
And she
Mind you,
made
he's
it so
bragging.
awkward because she gets up from the table, and it was just like, girl, you supposed to play it cool. Like,
Well,
you
I
supposed to
mean,
be
what
what
is she gonna do? Like after being outed, like, you can't even say anything. Like, yeah, that's my game.
but nobody else said anything or commented. Like, she made it, I feel like she made it awkward by getting up from the table.
I'm screaming. I don't know. She was probably. I would have been
She was gay.
pissed.
She was pissed.
Girl, pissed gag. Like, I would have had to excuse myself from the dinner table too. I'm not gonna
It's
lie,
like,
because he
bruh,
knew what he was
I had
doing.
this shit on lock before you walked your ass out here. And
As somebody who plays those games, he knew exactly what he was
oh,
doing.
absolutely. He's like, shit, I came out here as a target. I got to throw a target on her. Like, he didn't even wait around to see if people knew who Parvati was. Like, he just put it flat out on the table. I was just
Okay,
like, okay, Dr. Willis, I was concerned, but he came right on in like a wrecking ball. Um,
a bad one,
very
a
bad.
destructive one.
Let's see. The next day, before the challenge, you have MJ or MG sitting on the dock talking to the Golden Goddess about Survivor, and she is like breaking
The
down
goat. Oh, not the
Survivor.
golden goddess. I'm screaming.
The Golden God. I'm sorry. She is breaking down how Survivor works, and and to win those games, you have to be intelligent and all of this, and the way.
Oh, really?
Yes, she was breaking down
No, no,
Survivor.
no. I'm pretending to be him.
Oh,
So what? So like, she's like really smart.
like,
Oh,
and the way he winked at the camera was chef's kiss. Like, got her
oh
ass.
my
Like,
god.
I
Oh,
know in his mind, he's like, it is no way I am skating through this conversation. There's no way we are having this
oh my
conversation right
goodness.
now. It was
Ooh wee.
such good TV. I know in hindsight, she was watching that episode and was just like, oh, I look like a total ass.
Jaw drop. Like, oh my goodness. I love that.
Man,
That was phenomenal.
it was
That
good.
entire sequence was phenomenal.
It was. So this challenge, they go for this particular challenge that they had to they went out into the woods or whatever, typical fashion, and they found cases. However, once they found their case, when they came back, you had an option, you know, to pair up with somebody. So basically, you can convince somebody to join you, and y'all put your cases together to have the higher value or whatever. Or if there was already somebody chosen, you move on to the next one. I don't
Mhm.
remember all of the pairings, but I do remember that Letty and CK were together. Of course, Parvati and Philip, they're going to always find themselves together for some reason.
I
Well,
mean,
they're the
you
Black
know the
Widow
devil
and
that
the
you work
Black
with.
Widow. They're gonna work
Yes.
together. Um,
Yes.
and so Dr. Will was out there, and when David comes back, he basically has no choice but to work with Dr. Will. And so they go together, and Philip ends up having a steal. case, or whatever. And so CK comes over to them.
Oh, because he got the baker's bonus
Yeah,
again.
he got the banker's bonus.
That's
Philip got the
right.
banker's bonus, which they got the banker's bonus on the last competition.
Exactly.
How they freed Dr. Will. So like it's like that duo, Parvati and Philip.
I
I'm
feel it.
living for it. I'm living for it. Um, so CK comes over and they're trying to talk to them, and she's basically trying to get them to take Rock's case and leave Rock and Lachelle basically in the bottom. And I think he was paired with Lachelle. Who was he paired with?
Rock was paired with Seychelle, I
Yeah,
think.
he was paired with Seychelle. And so ultimately they, you know what I'm saying, they go ahead and do the move that CK suggested, and they took Rock's case. Um and they had, you know, ultimately they had the biggest case, so they got to choose who was going to play the banker. um I don't really think there was just a bunch of talking when they got back to the island, other
Hmm.
than I do remember CK and Parvati having a conversation. And this is where I was like, okay, Parvati is gaming. She, because she, you know, you never know if the person who is going to play the banker makes a good deal or a bad deal. And of course, if they make a good deal, you always want to be safe or not targeted by that person when they, you know, if they make a good deal. So she basically let CK take the fall for the move. And she was sitting there, she was like, I can't believe I let you talk me into doing that. She goes confessional, and it's like, I'm totally playing this up. Like, I was like, yes, but girl.
Take the fall for what?
So basically, if Rock would have made a good deal, and came back, you know, he would have had to get rid of somebody. But when he came back on the island, he could have been like mad per se at like Parvati and Philip for choosing him to play the banker or whatever.
Hmm.
But because CK had came over and, you know, was talking to them, you know, she can kind of throw the move off on CK
On
and
TK.
push
Okay.
to it. So I was like, my girl is, you know, she gaming.
Playing the
Um,
cards.
yeah, she is. Um, but ultimately they do decide that Rock is going to play the banker. And once again, my girl Seychelle is being a complete hater all the way up until, you know, she feels like she's about to be safe because the person is going to make a bad deal. You know, I don't know. She's just rubbing me.
The wrong way.
Professionals,
I
but
can see it. I think that Seychelle's game is very lie in wait and see what happens and then move accordingly. But I also think that that's the only way she can play as somebody who's not really a gamer or a strategic. I don't want to say she's not a strategic thinker, but she's not on the same level as Parvati or David. So I think that this is just how she plays her own individual game. And I'm not necessarily mad at it. But it does come across as shady
yeah.
when somebody pulls a bad case and you're like, and
You
then they
know,
pull a
or
good
you
case and
sit
you're
there
like,
stone cold face when they're, you know,
right.
pulling good cases and shit. And like the only time we see you smile is when they start making bad decisions. It's just kind of, you know,
Hmm.
just a little off putting for me, just a little bit, you know,
A
maybe I'm a little
shade
sensitive.
shady.
Yeah. So Rock plays the banker. His first round, it's not so good.
Wait. We're already at the banker?
Yeah, it was honestly outside of the conversation between Parvati and CK before they made it to the temple. There wasn't really much conversations and stuff going on. Dr. Will was kind of laying low at that point. So, because he was, you know. He was up. He wasn't safe.
Right. What about Dixon?
Dixon wasn't safe either. But I don't know. I think they were everybody I forgot to mention, everybody was going up to talk to Rock once they knew that Rock was going to play the banker to see who he was going to send home, but he never told anybody.
I wouldn't either.
And I think
nobody wanted to talk to me before I got this position. I was saying if I was Rock, I wouldn't either, because nobody wanted to talk to him before he was in that position, and now everybody's in his face. No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
DK was talking to him about trying to get out Dr. Will. Somebody else was talking to him about trying to get out Dr. Will, and he just wasn't biting. He was just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, blah 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 blah. You know, so we don't know really who he would have sent home.
I don't even know if he knew.
I don't think he ever told it. He probably didn't know. He probably didn't even know their name good enough to send anybody home. So he probably would have sent the wrong person home by default. First name.
Been like, Parvati. Oh, no, not you.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. His first round didn't go so good. He took it all the way to the end, and he felt like, and he said he felt like he had the $1.3 million case. He said that he felt like that, but they told him to take the deal, and he went with their suggestions to take, I think it was like $400,000 or something like that, and he ended up
I thought it was less than that. Was it higher?
I think it was about 400 and something thousand, because it was only like the $1.3 million case left, and
oh my god, that man was pulling some bad numbers.
He was pulling some really bad
numbers. My god. So he was choosing numbers that corresponded with his family, right? And what's crazy is, even all the way up until the end, when he said, I'm choosing numbers for my family and it's going bad, but I'm still going to do this one number for my family. I said,
I was like, bro. Can you choose the numbers for yourself or something? Because your family has all, but here's the thing, his family had all high number cases, and the original case that he chose was a number for one of his family members. So like, if that was the trajectory that you were going, Joe even pointed it out that they all had high cases. Like, you shouldn't have taken the deal, because chances are you were going to have a high dollar case. And he had an inkling that he had that $1.3 million case, and he ended up having the $1.3 million case.
So, I mean, in all honesty, if you pull that case, you're kind of just screwed, right? Because you're not really going to get an offer that high unless you're picking only low numbers, which is...
He could have still declined the deal. He could have turned down all of the deals.
Oh, and then in turn put somebody else up?
Yeah, because basically, no matter how you switch the board, how you clear the board, you still have to make a good deal. So basically, the banker is buying your case, the case that you have up there. So if the banker offers you $400,000 for your case, $400,000 for one, and you had 1.3 million, that's a bad deal. But if he would have turned down the $400,000, turned down all of the deals, he would have won.
He would have added 1.3
million, and he would have added 1.3 million to the final pot. He would have made a good deal.
Okay.
And he could have sent somebody home. So honestly, the reality is, it doesn't matter how you get rid of your board if you're gonna take it all the way to the end, like that.
That's essentially what Luke did. In the first
losing
episode.
all the
Okay,
way
okay.
in, and he ended up only having, he didn't
The
take the
dollar.
deal, and he had $1. So,
Okay.
and she was trying to buy his case for 6 figures, but anything that she offered him would have been a
Would have
good
been better.
deal
Yeah.
than the dollar. So he needed to take his deal versus not. Whereas Rock didn't need to take the deal because he had a $1.3 million case.
Right. He should have played like Luke played.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So ultimately Rock goes home, and um not really gonna say I'm sad, because I think I called it. We both probably called it like he would be the second or third boot off the show, but he never really had much camera time. He really didn't add much to the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of like, I'm actually glad he at least got to play the banker. However, because I mean, that is
Yeah.
the game, to play the banker and at least be able to send yourself home versus somebody else playing, and then they sent him home and then he really ain't have no camera time or none of that. Would have kind of sucked for his overall experience. So although he wasn't there long, at least he did get to play the banker. He
Right. That was nice.
Yeah, that was it.
We still don't know who the banker is. Are we going to find out at the end of the season?
Found it at the very last episode. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then they could have just waited on all that mess. Because now I'm ready to see Sandra.
Oh yeah, I mean, we don't know who the banker is.
I know it's Sandra.
Right now, so
It's Sandra.
Well, yeah. Overall, episode 3 was good. I know episode 4 came out this week. We will have that video recorded and put up soon. Episode 4 was pretty a really good one too.
Episode 4 was really good.
It was really, really good. So we'll get that recorded and out to you guys. Drop down in the comments and let us know how you think our first episode with Dr. Will. How do you think it went? Do you think he's here to play?
Or do you think he's here to slay?
Here to slay. Excuse me. Anywho, make sure you guys like this video on your way out. Drop down in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. Hit that subscribe button if you have not already. So all of our new subscribers and watchers, viewers, hello, welcome. I am your girl Shay. This is my lovely co-host.
I am your boy Malik.
Yes. And we review all types of competition reality shows, RuPaul's Drag Race, Traitors, Survivor, The Challenge, you name it, we watch it and review it. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And
even non-competition like Extreme Makeover.
Yes, ABC's
Home Edition.
Extreme Extreme Makeover Home Edition, starring our friend to the show, Wendell Holland himself. Yes, we do review that show as well. Everything is laid out on the channel and playlists to make it very easy for you to get to. So yeah, until next time, we will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.